I purchased Australia's most beloved performance car, the Holden Commodore VL. In the last episode, you've seen me rebuild the bottom end with forged rods and pistons. There was a hold up. I was missing some dowels for the head. In this episode, we're going to get the head on. We're going to get to work putting all of the valve train together, the big cam, and hopefully mount on the big turbo. We bought this car as a running and driving vehicle, but we took it off the road. We stripped it back to bare metal. We gave it a full ground up restoration, made sure there was not a speck of rust in the car, gave it a full custom respray, redid the interior, redid the carpets, cleaned all the seats, gave it a total restoration. And now we're on to overhauling the engine. The reason why we had to put a hold on things is because we were missing the head dowels that go in here. Now I've actually picked those up. They're down here in this box. So we're gonna stick these in, stick the head on that's been freshly rebuilt, cleaned up. We've got the new head gasket over here, Kinetic head gasket, that's gonna go on. So here we have the little head dowels. They just drop in over there and press in like so. And that is to stop the head moving around under boost, and especially when you're fitting the head on, to make sure it buttons down in the exact location. Well, the head's on, torque down to spec. That went really smoothly. We've got a Kinetic head gasket, ARP head studs, all the ARP hardware. We've got Crow cams, springs on all the valve guides. Everything has been carried out already on the head. The next thing to do is chuck in the 280-degree camshaft. That's the part number there, upside down. This is going in here, but camera down, concentration, and slap that in. So moving ahead, I've slotted the cam in and I've put the cam seal in, so that's all brand new. I've used the special cam lube, was given to me by Silvia Race Engines. And I do need to pilfer out of this car some of the nuts and bolts, because I don't know if you saw my teardown video, I pretty much just threw everything in a box because I knew I had two of everything, and most of the stuff that I'm putting on here is going to be brand new anyway. So I'll get that sorted, back in a second. Alright, so a lot's changed since you last saw this engine. You just saw me torque down the head. So I'm at the stage where I've got to stick on the billet oil pump, timing gear, all that stuff, and get that set. Then it's on to the fun stuff, which is slamming on the turbo. So here we have the selection of turbos. Now, some of the OGs will remember I did an unveil of the turbo that was going to go on this engine. Plans have changed. So I've got a few options. This one was donated by Max Beating Rods. This is a GT 3076. Then my mate Gary gave me a 3582, but this one is a T4 flange, a bit big. Then we hit up Max Beating Rods again. They came to the party with a 3582. As you can see, there's no housing on there, but we've decided to go with the big bopper. Now that is a Pulsar 3582. I've stolen the GT35 exhaust housing and I've used that here. I got this from PJZ. He's the turbo man around here, and he hooked me up with a Pulsar turbo. If anyone wants to grab one similar, hit him up on Instagram, PJZ, or you'll find him in all of the JZ groups. He's everywhere. Does the best turbo kits. So this is what we're running. This has got the HKS mod, the billet GTX wheel. It's going to be running all the water and oil lines. I'm just stealing some bolts from the oil pump on this one because I've forgotten which bolts go where. That's what happens when you rip everything apart.
Look at this crusty RB, man. This is disgusting.
They don't make them like they used to. So this is a genuine RB30 gasket from Nissan, but where this goes, there's a thread there and that's blocked off. Don't know what Nissan was thinking, but they forgot to put a hole in their own gasket for their own genuine thing. So I'm a bit concerned about this. The gasket didn't have a hole in it, and I've checked the original engine that came out of the car. There's the same hole, but nothing there. I don't know if it could be aircon or what, but if anyone knows at home what goes in here, please let me know. I've still got a few weeks before it goes in the car and I don't want to chuck it in and start the car and oil jump out everywhere. So let me know in the comments below. Timing belt's on, just doing the tensioner and setting the torque. The manual says 44 to 58 Newton meters, so we always just go to the hardest one. So we're going to 58 Newton meters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock that up. The 14 mil. That ain't going anywhere. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but being that this is a slip-on shaft jobby, I want to make sure it's plenty lubed up, so we're going to use some CRC. Just spraying it in there. I don't want this to ever seize on if we ever need to do maintenance on the engine again, so a bit of CRC, slap that on. If you're new to the channel, check out my K24 turbo powered Civic. I've been slaving away on this guy and I use this as my guinea pig to practice my welds. So I've made a full 3-inch downpipe, flex joint, cat converter, hot dog muffler, and you can see I started at the front and my welds are progressively getting better all the way down the car. Here's some pretty spicy welds over here.
God damn. That's some clean welds, Tristan.
The last bit is I've sort of done this loop over the rear axle and that's going to go on there like that. So there'll be a Civic video coming out soon, but that's where we're up to on this. I do need to keep practicing my welds over on the turbo manifold because I need to put the wastegate on. I've got to chop off this dirty flange and stick on the new flange, the Turbo Smart gate screamer. So we just got our first batch of sticker merch. We've got other merch coming, but our stickers. So I'm gonna slam one on the Civic now. The website's getting close, so it's not long now. Spool up.
Bro, the lighting makes it look sick.
Looks way different through there than it actually does through my eyes.
It does.
That's just about gonna wrap up this video today. In the next video, you'll see me cut and modify the screamer pipe. You would have seen in the thumbnail, monster turbo, forward-facing plenum. This plenum here is a OG Rajab Racing plenum. These guys were one of the first people to do a forward-facing plenum. Not sponsored. I think it's pretty cool. It matches it's period correct, pretty much. Got it off good old Facebook Marketplace for around about $700 or $800. So I thought that was a bargain. We're gonna run it, send it, done. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to spool up. Website's coming soon. We're gonna have heaps of VL parts, heaps of Honda parts on the website, spoolup.com.au. Bring the boost.